national anthem.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trojan Coliseum for another great night of football. Tony Lavender on the scene with the Zone Sports team. And our game tonight pits the Portsmouth Trojans against the West Senators. The Senators come to town looking for their first victory, as do the Trojans of Coach Aaron Duncan. Our pregame tonight is brought to you by Special Touch Embroidery over on the west side, and we thank them for bringing you the ball game this evening. Special Touch Embroidery, remember, 1-866 printed now. Didn't want to leave the area code out of there. First off, let's talk about what's going to happen tonight. The West Senators will be receiving the opening kickoff, so we'll be talking first about the Portsmouth offense and the West defense. Let's take a look at the Portsmouth offense across the front line. 6 foot tall, 277-pound Andrew Holsinger and 6'3", 230-pound freshman Colin Boehm are the tackles. The guards, Warren Goddard, 6 foot tall, 230, a senior, and 6'2", 217-pound junior Levi Monraga. Number 52, the center, Anthony Ferrara. He's 6'1", 245, and a sophomore. At the ends, the tight end, Zach DeLotel, 5'11", 242-pound senior. And the wide receivers, Ryan Williams, 6 foot tall, 171 junior. And 5'10", Luke Purdy, 165, 106, and he is a junior as well. In the backfield, Dare Richardson, 6 feet tall, 155-pound senior. And another senior at the other running back spot, Austin Holland, 6 foot tall, 190 pounds. The quarterbacking chores fall upon the shoulders of Cole Lowry. Lowry, 6 feet tall, 171 pounds, and he is a sophomore. Remember, you're watching the Special Touch Embroidery pregame. For the defense for the West Senators, they'll be starting on the evening with Derek Carver at the defensive end. He's 5'11", 175 pounds and a junior. The nose man is Dalton Billiter. Billiter is 5'8", 185 pounds, and he is a junior. The defensive tackle, Hunter Reed. Reed is 5'7", 235 pounds, and a sophomore. And also on the other defensive end, it'll be Wesley Bailey. Bailey is 6 feet tall, 195 pounds, and a junior. At the cornerbacks, it'll be Brandon Moore. Moore is 5'11", 130 pounds, and a sophomore. And Adam Baker, 5'10", 115-pound senior. The outside linebackers are Chase Leniger, 5'8", 160-pound sophomore, and Ryan Spriggs. Spriggs is 5'10", 150 pounds, and he too is a sophomore. At the inside backer positions, Josh Davis is in there. Davis, the leading tackler for the Senators, as he steps in there at 5'8", 175 pounds. And the other inside linebacker is Wesley Robinson. Robinson is 5'10", 160 pounds, and a junior. The safety, Nick Frazier. Frazier, 5'10", 180 pounds, and he likewise is a senior. Those are the offensive and defensive units that will face each other when Portsmouth has the ball. You're on the Special Touch Embroidery pregame, and we'll be back with more from here at the Trojan Coliseum as we prepare for some great high school football when we return right after this.
Battery Terminal King Chip Womack has made a proclamation announcing the appointment of his new court jester, Will. While Chip is still paying top dollar for old batteries, Jester Will is paying in gumballs when he's in the office.
Infinity Home Healthcare is a family-owned group of caring professionals committed to the overall well-being of our patients. We specialize in letting your loved ones live a normal life at home. Call us today and let our family take care of your family.
Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum for tonight's ball game between the West Senators and the Portsmouth Trojans. Both teams coming in with a record of 0-1. You're on the Special Touch Embroidery pregame, and our starting lineups on offense for the West Senators tonight across the front line. The tackles, T.J. Swords, 5'8", 220-pound senior, and Roger McNutt, 6'2", 205-pound junior. The guards are Brady Reynolds, 5'8", 236-pound senior, and Jacob Gilkey, 6'1", 230-pound sophomore. Snapping the ball will be Austin Kramer. He's a senior. He's 5'8", 155. At the tight end tonight, Braden Oliver, 5'10", 150-pound senior. The wide receivers, Patrick Bays, 5'10", and 175 pounds. He's a senior. Another senior at the wingback wide receiver spot, Nick Frazier, 5'10", 115 pounds. In the backfield, the fullback is Big Sam Kegley, 5'9", 220-pound senior. And Wesley Robinson is the tailback. He's 5'10", 165-pound junior. At the quarterback spot, Brady Douthit. Douthit, thrown in, has 7 of 17 completions last week in the Senators' first ball game for 97 yards. He is 5'10", 185 pounds, and he is a sophomore. On the Trojan side of the ball, as you see the Trojans getting ready to come out now, as we're a couple of minutes away from kickoff time. As you see them getting ready to roll, those Trojans that will come out there across the front line, it'll be on the defensive ends, Jaden Josie and Caden Lowry. The defensive tackles will be Mike Adkins and DJ Pearsall. The outside linebackers, Travis McKenzie and Austin Hollins. There come the Trojans as you see them coming out of the tunnel. As they are ready. West also comes out at the same time as a host of balloons flies skyward here to greet the Trojans before a home crowd as the Trojans come out in their blue jerseys and silver pants with red headgear. West will be in white from head to toe. White headgears, white jerseys, and white football pants. Let's finish up that Trojan defensive lineup. At the linebackers, Zach Delotel and Austin Mullins inside. And the safety, Blake Wiedebrook. The cornerbacks, Dare Richardson and Dylan Mullins. So those are your offensive and defensive lineups for each ball club. As you have been watching the Special Touch Embroidery pregame for tonight's game. We've got less than a minute to go before tonight's game. We'll be back with the opening kickoff right after this.
You know the value of planning and hard work. For every seed you plant now, you will be rewarded later. Throughout your life, you've planned and made smart decisions. You deserve State Auto's Prime of Life to protect your home and autos. Find out more about Prime of Life and other State Auto products.
Call Barrett Murphy, your local state auto insurance agency.
Hello? Oh, hey, honey. Dinner. Yeah, I got it.
Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum. There you see the Portsmouth Trojans. Portsmouth won the toss and deferred. West elected to receive, and they will defend the south goal. Back deep, Nick Frazier for West, as well as Wesley Robinson. They'll be standing about their own 10-yard line as the Trojans will get ready to kick it off and move things into action here. Our kickoff tonight presented to you by Gaddy's Pizza of Portsmouth. Gaddy's Pizza on 11th Street. Don't forget, great values every day, the terrific buffet, and good pizza with a special room there for you to eat in if you've got a group or something like that. And, of course, the ever-popular game room as well. Teeing it up and getting ready to kick it off for the Trojans tonight. We're going to see the toe of Luke Purdy put the ball into play. Purdy, 5'10", 185-pound junior. Again, kickoff presented by Gaddy's as we are about ready to roll, and Purdy's kick is up, and we are underway. Ball will go down and be out of bounds about the 16-yard line, which will be an automatic flag, and we'll see what West elects to do, as their offense will likely come out and get rolling here. Our kickoff tonight, again, presented by Gaddy's Pizza of Portsmouth. Our game sponsor, King's Daughters Medical Center, Ohio. Glad to have them on board, as well as you, as the Senators will send up Brady Douthit at the quarterback. In the backfield, we'll have Sam Kegley and Wesley Robinson. Wide out to the left-hand side goes Patrick Bays, and wide out to the other side goes Nick Frazier. That's the way they've got it set up, as they've got two backs behind, and they line up in an I, and it will go to the tailback, and Portsmouth is in fast. Quickly coming in for the Trojans, and in there on things for Portsmouth, included amongst others on there for PHS, was Caden Lowry, the defensive end, and some others, as on the play, a loss of about 2. So West starts off on the negative yardage with the ball sitting on their own 33-yard line. So West starts off on their own 35. And this ball game rolling along here on a warm night. And they're going to pitch to the tailback. Robinson moves out and gets away from a couple. The ball is loose. Let's see who comes up with it. Looks like West may have popped on top of it. So Robinson's fumble is going to be picked up and saved for the Senators, and real close to the first down as it advanced a couple of 3 yards. Ball just about a football length shy of the 45, which is where they need to get to for the first down. High school football on the zone sent your way by Dan Cassidy and the folks at Barron & Murphy Insurance. By All About Air, your great air conditioning service on Scioto Trail. And, of course, as we mentioned, Gaddy's Pizza on 11th Street as they set up again in an I. The give will go again to the tailback, but this time it's Frazier who carries the ball. He gets well beyond the first down stick. And Wiedebrook on the stop brings him down in Portsmouth territory, about the 48-yard line of the Trojans. That's the first down of the night, as we are a minute and a half into this ball game. 10:25 now to go, as West creeps into Portsmouth territory, and they've got about 48 yards away from the Portsmouth goal as they come out. Wide out on the right side, we see Adam Baker. Two receivers over there, again in the I and again to the tailback, and that is Frazier once again. Ball is loose again. Coming up out of there for Portsmouth on the tackle included Cole Charles. Pickup of 1. It'll be second down and 9 to go for the West Senators. High school football on the zone, sent your way by Boland's Mini Mart on the west side. Great eats, great gas. By the Krispy Kreme Donut Shop. We can see it from where we sit right here at the Coliseum. And by Bob and Floyd's Tires. Great tire service for years and years. Pitch to the tailback. It's Frazier. He gets through 1 and 2. Still on his feet across the 35. And finally dragged down in there for Portsmouth by Travis McKenzie. But not before he picks up another West first down. McKenzie greets him down there, and it'll be a West first down, and the ball's going to be sitting on the Trojan between the 32 and 33-yard line of Portsmouth High School. Officials for tonight's ball game: the referee is Larry Smith. The umpire is Todd Meadows. The linesman is Phil Porter. The line judge is Bob Shelton. And the back judge is Tyler Markham. Thanks to our officials for coming out tonight and getting things rolling here. Again, Frazier is going to get wrapped in the backfield, but he's still going to get 1 or 2 coming up out of there. And the initial wrap on the play for Portsmouth was made in there by DJ Pearsall. So it's a pickup of about another one. The ball's going to be sitting about the 30. It'll be second down and about 8 to go for West as we have 8.5 minutes to play here in quarter number 1. High school football, a great weekend. These two teams, the first 2 teams to meet in this stadium. And that was a big season indeed, and these 2 teams meet pretty much according to this schedule, the second game of the year every year. Pickup, or the pitch to Robinson. Robinson is going to be met by a host of Portsmouth Trojans. Included amongst them on there was Mike Adkins, and also in there was Travis McKenzie. And actually a little bit of a loss on there, so it's going to be third down and a really long 8 for the Senators. They're on the Portsmouth end of the field with the ball sitting on the Trojan 31-yard line. High school football on the zone, sent your way by Desco Federal Credit Union, by Jason Bentley and Associates, and by Oak Creek Construction. A few clouds coming in on what had been a really, really hot, sunny, sticky day. Pitch to the tailback, upended in the backfield, but staying on his feet. And the Trojans stack him up and make a fourth down situation as Wesley Robinson unable to really get much leverage on that after having to avoid the ankle tackle. And so now it'll be fourth down for the Senators and 8 to go. Were anybody able at this distance to kick a field goal, it would end up being a 49-yarder, and that's not what you usually see in high school. Wide out to the right-hand side goes Patrick Bays. In the slot is Frazier. 2 men out to the left, including Oliver and Robinson. Douthit rolls, throws, got a man open just beyond the first down stick. And it's going to be a first down for the Senator as there was nobody even within telephone distance of that young man. He was over there entirely by himself. And it's going to be first and 10 West, and now they're just about a yard outside the red zone on the 21-yard line. That young man was nowhere near a defender. Now West comes out. They got 1-man split and a wing on the left. And again to the tailback, and there's a big hole put in there for Robinson. Robinson will be stopped over there. Blake Wiedebrook doing the tackling. But not before he picks up 9 yards. It's going to be second and 2. West began this drive on their own 35, and they've held on to the ball now for 6 minutes and have moved it along, putting together at least 3 first downs here now. And the quarterback's going to keep that. Douthit goes straight ahead. And that should be enough for a West first down, and it'll be first and goal. The Senators showing some running ability here. Good blocks. They've had some excellent blocking up front. So it'll be first and goal just inside the 10-yard line for the Senators. Douthit, a sophomore, leading this club right now. And he's going to pitch to his tailback. That's Robinson. Big hole in there. He's going to be hit and dropped into the end zone. It's a touchdown, West. He went another 3 yards after he was hit for the score. Wesley Robinson, we'll call it a 10-yard touchdown run at 5:18 of the first quarter as West draws first blood and goes into the lead 6-0 here. Excellent blocking on that play by the Senators. And Robinson with a great run after he was hit and grabbed well. And he kept on shoving. Kicking now for West is going to be TJ Hoggard. His kick is up. It's good. And West leads 7-0. Back with the kickoff right after this.
Go nuts for donuts at Krispy Kreme, across from Portsmouth High School.
Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum, where West has just put together an authoritative 12-play, 65-yard drive that took them basically 6 minutes and 42 seconds off the clock. And they score as Wesley Robinson scores from the 10-yard line. The junior punches it in. Hoggard's kick is good, and West leads now as the Clouds move across the Trojan Coliseum by the score of 7-0. Portsmouth will get their first shot at the ball now, as West will put it together, and the kick is up, and it's a line driver that's going to be picked up about the 32 and returned for Portsmouth by Reese Johnson, as he'll get out to the 40-yard line, and we seem to have a little bit of extracurricular going on there, but Reese Johnson gets it out to the 41. Young sophomore takes it out, and Portsmouth will get the ball with 5:13 to go here in the first quarter. Their first shot at it. They'll have it on their own 41-yard line as they trail by the score of 7-0. Setting that offense again, Cole Lowry is the quarterback. He's going to send wide receivers two directions as the wind now is starting to pick up at the Trojan Coliseum. Lowry's going to keep it and head out to the left, and he's going to be hit in the backfield as he went counter to the flow of things. As Davis on the stop, and with 4:58 to go, the Trojans will find themselves 2nd and 12 inside their own 40-yard line. High school football on the Zone sent your way tonight by Georgian Portraits on 2nd Street. See Stephanie down there. And also by the Portsmouth Tennis Club, where you can now play not only tennis, but also pickleball. There's a toss. It's going to be gone into the hands of Ryan Williams. Williams will take it and move it out of bounds on about the 49-yard line of the Trojans. A pickup of about 9 or 10 yards there. And it'll be 3rd down and about 2 to go for the Portsmouth Trojans, just on their own side of the midfield stripe. 4:15 on the clock, and the clouds moving in from the north, along with the wind, are not making us feel any more reassured about the weather situation. Trips left and firing out on the left side of the Trojan line. Andrew Holsinger jumped out, and that's going to cost the Trojans 5 yards. So a 5-yard penalty will now make it, instead of 3rd and 2, 3rd and 7. And the Portsmouth Trojans come up trailing 7-0. Trips left again. They've got one man wide to the right, a single back with Cole Lowry. They're going to go left. The ball is just out of the reach of the intended receiver, shooting over there for Austin Mullins, and it rolls off the ends of his fingers. falls incomplete. That sets Portsmouth up for a 4th down play as West appears to have held the Trojans here. So that means it'll be time to punt, and Zach DeLotel will drop back and receive the pass from center about his own 34-yard line. Dropping back one lone returner for West. That looks like Frazier. It is. It's Frazier dropping back. He's going to be standing on his own 25, and it's going to be downed over there for Portsmouth by Austin Hollins. So the punt goes down to about the 22-yard line. So DeLotel delivers the ball out of danger, and West will take it as they get the ball with 3:33 to go, and they'll have the ball on their own 21-yard line. High school football on the zone, sent your way by Pro Pest Control. Brought to you by the folks at Rallies on Route 52 in Portsmouth and by Scioto Trail Animal Clinic. Thanks to our sponsors and thanks to you for being there. West with their second turn with the football. They started their first drive on their own 35. This time a little deeper, but still on his feet. Wesley Robinson gets away from everybody except Blake Wiedebrook, who held on to the ankle and would not let go. Robinson tried to muscle his way out of that, and that didn't work, but still he gets 8 yards on it. It'll be 2nd down and 2 to go. And the wind is indeed really picking up right now. 3:03 to play in the first quarter. I'm not saying that it is windy, but the field just moved about 10 yards south. We've got wide receivers on either side. The backs continue to be in an eye. 2nd and 2 for the Senators. Up through the center they go, and they give it to Sam Kegley. Kegley's going to be met over there for Portsmouth by Jaden Josie. Also on the stop, DJ Pearsall. And it'll be a pickup of about 1. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Portsmouth West. The Senators under 2nd-year head coach Ben Johnson. His record 7-5 at West. They made the playoffs last year in his first year. So he's a 2-year man. Coach Aaron Duncan for Portsmouth, a 1-year man, and a big break with some more good blocking there. Douthit took advantage of that and gives West a 1st down. So West, their first down of this drive, they've had 5 on the evening now. And the ball has moved up to the West 41-yard line. About 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. You're watching high school football on the zone, sent your way by Oppa Greek Restaurant. Heroes and more. Great, great, great food. And they're going to pitch to Robinson. Robinson gets away from 1, but then runs into 2 or 3, and he's going to be buffaloed down over there. First hit for Portsmouth by DJ Pearsall, the 5'10 sophomore, put all 232 pounds of it in there. Robinson carrying 165, didn't have much to say about it as he was knocked down. Robinson, however, with a good leg drive. A loss of 1 on the play as Pearsall hit him first and then followed him all the way through to the ground. 1:10 to play, first quarter. Way out to the right side. Goes the receiver. There's a man in the slot. And we're going to the quarterback's going to keep. Douthit's out on the right side, and he's going to be run down over there and stopped. Douthit's going to be rolled down. Austin Hollins on the stop is going to make it 3rd and 10. Little bootleg play everybody was expecting, but we see we have a flag down about the 40-yard line. The preliminary signal is going to be against West, an illegal shift. Well, we've got offsetting penalties here. So basically we'll run 3rd down again. Occasionally you'll get that. Mistake on either side. The lights are on here at the Coliseum.
4th down and 10.
So it'll be 3rd and an even dime. Out wide to the right for West. goes Wesley Bailey. Nope, he jogged off the floor, off the field. And we got wide receivers on either side. Back, fakes a quick pass. Now looking, Douthat's going. He has not much room, and he's going to be run out of bounds over there for Portsmouth by Travis McKenzie. McKenzie does the job, gets him out of bounds, and that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Senators with 19 3/10 seconds left to go here in quarter number 1. High school football on the zone. Sent your way by Infinity Home Healthcare. Also sent your way by the Portsmouth Cinema 8. Check out a movie this weekend. And by all the Zone Country locations of the Portsmouth Public Library. Hey, check out a book this weekend as well. The Trojans will drop one man back. The lone man back is Omar Carter. He's going to be standing on his 30-yard line. And whistle, 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 whistle. Timeout on the field with 19 3/10 seconds to go in the first quarter. West 7, Portsmouth nothing. Back with more after this.
At Desco, we believe loans to small businesses result in stronger communities. We believe the experience and ability to make local decisions awards you the home field advantage. We believe quick decisions and straightforward answers are what you need to get started. At Desco, we have terms to fit your business. Desco Federal Credit Union. We make business loans.
Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum. West running out of time there, calls timeout. First timeout of the night for either ball club. We're at the 19.3 second mark of this first quarter. 7-0 West. They're going to be punting here on their second possession. Started this drive on their own 21. Weren't able to get past the 41. Now we have 2 players back for Portsmouth to return now instead of 1. Catch is going to be called and moving forward with it as Carter takes it forward. And Omar Carter takes it out on the left side, and he's coming up limping a little bit. But West punts, and Portsmouth will get the ball following the return. And the Trojans will get the ball on their own 41-yard line. So Portsmouth getting the ball. We have 11 2/10 seconds to go here in this quarter. So we'll get one play off from the 41. And into the middle of the mix they go. Austin Hollins on the carry. He's going to be stopped in there by Nick Frazier. And also on the play that time, we also see Josh Davis. So a pickup of about 1 or 2 is going to end the first quarter. So we're 1/4 of the way home here at Portsmouth High School. The Portsmouth West Senators 7, the Portsmouth Trojans nothing. Back with quarter number 2 right after this.
King's Daughters Medical Center, Ohio is working to provide health care that raises the bar with experienced physicians you know, like cardiologist Sri Valluri, one of the region's most respected heart experts. Our advanced diagnostic equipment and passionate attention to detail allows every possibility to be explored in order to find the best treatments available. King's Daughters Medical Center, Ohio is a team dedicated to world-class health care for Portsmouth.
Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum. Just getting underway here in quarter number 2. High school football on the zone. Sent your way by King's Daughters Medical Center, Ohio. Also by Osco Industries and the folks at the Ohio Automotive Group right there at 12th and off near in Portsmouth. Portsmouth will have it now. It'll be 2nd down and 8 to go. And Lowry's going to pitch to his tailback. That's Dare Richardson. Richardson's going to be run out over on the far side in front of the West bench. And Frazier runs him out of bounds. That will give you a little indication if you heard that giant bang in the background. that was the wind blowing the door of the press box shut. So as you can see, the wind has certainly picked up. The clouds have moved in, and as they continue to open the door, it closes again. They probably just need to let it be. Trojans have 4 guys to the left now. Lowry heads that way. He's going to be chased and get around one. He's going to tuck now. Great block. Lowry carries it out of bounds, and Lowry got a great block over there from Ryan Williams. Williams with a tremendous block about the 46-yard line. Lowry carries it out of bounds, and it's going to be a Portsmouth first down. So Portsmouth gets their first down of the evening. West has had 5 of them. They started that play with 4 men out to the left-hand side. Lowry came over, had a choice of several different things he could do, and Ryan Williams came back and whacked him pretty darn good with a block. Ryan Williams on the block. And with the first down for Portsmouth, they try left tackle and see what they can do, and they advance a little bit farther into West territory, down to about the 46-yard line. On the carry right there for Portsmouth, Austin Hollins. And it'll now be 2nd down and 9 to go for the Portsmouth Trojans. They trail 7-0 with 10:42 to go in the first quarter of play. Trojans are up now. Power I. And a fake, and Lowry passes, got a man open out on the side. It's Hollins. Hollins had it in his hands and did not grab it. So that'll be an incompletion, and it will be a 3rd down for the Trojans now as Lowry's pass falls incomplete. 3rd and 9 for Portsmouth. And with 10:26 to go in the first half, Portsmouth in West territory, but they have stalled a little bit from this drive that started on their own 41. They've made it 12 yards on this drive so far. Trips right this time. And Lowry finding a little bit of room, gets loose, cuts back, got the first down, is going to be down to about the 35-yard line. Finally stopped down there for West by Brandon Moore. But Portsmouth picks up their 2nd first down of the drive. And now they are in pretty good shape as they're on the 35-yard line of the West Senators. So 1st and 10 Portsmouth, here they come out. Again, 2 men out to the left. Backs in an I. And up through the center they go, and West is right there to meet him, straight on. And no gain on that play. 9:48 to play here in the first half. You're watching high school football on the Zone. Sent your way by Smith's Drugs with locations in Portsmouth and in South Webster and in Minford. Also by the Salvation Army, doing good year-round. Make sure that you help them out when you can so they can help others. And by your hometown university, Shawnee State University. 2nd and 10 for the Trojans. 9:22 to go. The clock is running. Trips left in a little triangle formation. Lowry goes, he throws, he's got Hollins on the 28. Hollins continues down inside the 20 and is wrestled down out of there by Wesley Robinson and also by Brandon Moore. So Robinson and Moore bring him down, but not before it's another Portsmouth first down. That's their 3rd of the night, and it'll be a first down on the Senators' 22-yard line. 9:07 to play here in the first half of play. And the Trojans come out now trying to get their first marker up on the board. Again, the little triangle trip on the right. And they set, and Lowry goes, and he's got a man coming in hard on him. Another one now, but he cuts back. There's a flag on the play. Lowry heads to about the 20 where he's going to be brought down over there by Wesley Bailey, but there's a flag right in the middle of things, and that usually indicates a hold. Holding against Portsmouth. So Lowry salvages things and gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all for naught as the Trojans are going to be penalized for holding. And so instead of it being 1st and 10 now, it's going to be 1st and 20. So the Trojans will give it another go, but they got to go a little further now. And the officials say timeout, Portsmouth. So there's timeout on the field with 8:42 to go in the first half. Back with more right after this. Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum. There you see the Portsmouth Trojans. They have the ball. It'll be 1st and 20 from the West 31-yard line. The way things went tonight, West started off the game receiving the opening kickoff. They put together 4 first downs, a 12-play, 65-yard drive that Wesley Bailey scored from 10 yards out. Hoggart's kick was good, and West led at the 5:18 mark by the score of 7-0. They've each had the ball one time since then. This is Portsmouth's second possession, and they now have a 1st and 20. Lowry is the quarterback. He's got 3 men out to the right. He's being pressed. He's got a man open down in the middle of the field, and it's going to be incomplete as the feet sliding out from underneath, looks like Luke Purdy, down about the 15-yard line, as it looked like he sort of slipped on the ice or something there. I don't think it got that cold that quick out there. As you look at the flag over on the levee here at the stadium, you can see the wind has picked up and is well over 20 miles an hour. So that's indication that these clouds are being pushed along by some weather. It'll be 2nd down and 10 to go for the Trojans. 8:36 on the clock. On the incompletion, it stopped. And Lowry goes right and throws. Got a man open in the center, and it's going to be a interference call, as Frazier was already holding on to the man before he caught the ball. And that'll be an interference penalty against the Senators. And they were attempting it for Austin Hollins, who had his chance on him, but the man making the preliminary tackle grabbed Hollins' arm as part of the tackle. And as a result, that'll make it an interference call and bring the ball back some for Portsmouth. They'll move the ball down. It'll be a 15-yard penalty, so that'll make it now 2nd down and 5 to go for Portsmouth. In high school, it's not like the pros. It's not an automatic 1st down. So with the play clock down to 6 seconds, Portsmouth has 2nd and 5 inside the red zone. And they'll go, and it'll be Richardson who scoots outside. He's going to be short of the 1st down, as it's going to be dropped over there and knocked out by Adam Baker. And it's going to be a 3rd down and sort of medium there. Going to be still about 4 yards to go for the Trojans, but they are in 4-down territory. 3rd and 4 to go for Portsmouth, knocking on West's door. In case you're wondering, Portsmouth's offense does include a kicking game. Zach Delotel is able to pop the ball up there at an attempt for 3 points. Backs in a power I. Cole Lowry goes the opposite direction. He gets a block, then he cuts up inside, down close to the 1st down, but he's not going to make it. He's going to be stopped there by Frazier, and also on the scene is going to be Caleb Deaver for West. With 7.5 minutes to play, Portsmouth's going to now face a 4th down and 2. Trojans will now have to decide do we want to go for 3 or do we want to go for the first down. High school football on the zone. Exciting times sent your way by Stoltz Pharmacy in Greenup and Wheelersburg. Brought to you by the Goodwin Group, your local ADT security experts. Here comes a big fourth down play. Power I, they're going to give it to Richardson, and he's going to be hit in the backfield and stopped. West coming out there quick, and amongst them on the tackle was Chase Lineker, the linebacker, outside linebacker, and the Trojans are going to lose the ball on downs, but they made a bold move there, and West is deep in the hole, and they'll take over 1st and 10 with 6:53 to go, and West will have the ball on their own 14-yard line. So the Trojans knock, but can't get an answer. And so now the Senators deep in their own end of the field if the Trojans get a defensive stop here. But there's a big breakthrough, and moving forward, Luke Purdy stops the man, but not before we get a great big run out of Swords. Job Swords, who last week was responsible for over 200 all-purpose yards for West, came right up through a tremendous hole in there made by the West line, and that's a West first down. 6:30 to play, and now they're out of the hole and up about the 32-yard line. Pitch to the tailback. That's Swords. He's upended in the backfield. Good defensive play that time by Austin Mullins coming from outside, as Mullins, the inside linebacker, moved out and got him. So it'll be now 2nd down and 12 to go. Good heads-up play by Mullins, and we have a timeout by the officials, as I think they saw some lightning. Yes, indeed, they did see some lightning, so the rules say we got to clear them out here, and they have a certain amount of time that they have to wait. And so we're going to take time out. As you see the teams go to the locker, we consider the safety of the folks, as there was a lightning break. And we'll be back when the game resumes, and be right here at the Trojan Coliseum. Welcome back to the Coliseum. Things look a little different than the last time you watched, and quite frankly, lots of things are different since the commercial break started. It is now Saturday evening at the Coliseum, as the game was postponed because of excessive lightning, and we have now returned 24 hours later to resume this ball game between West and Portsmouth. The situation is this: the game will start with just a little more than 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. West will be ahead 7-0. We'll play the rest of the first quarter. Then at halftime, we'll have a 10-minute half and a 3-minute warm-up period, and then play the second half of the ball game. The teams are here. Not nearly as many fans are here. The bands have marched themselves into the ground in the River Days parade today, so the bands are not back. So a lot fewer fans, no bands, and still we got football, and we're going to have a lot of good football yet to come, as this is only a 7-0 game. Let's review the stats here on the zone. I want to remind you our game sponsor, King's Daughters Medical Center, Ohio. In the game up to this point in time, Portsmouth has had 10 rushes for 25 yards, West 19 rushes for 89. Portsmouth 2 for 5 in the passing department for 24 yards. Portsmouth West 1 for 1 for 11. Altogether, the Trojans with 49 yards total offense, and Portsmouth West with 100 yards total offense. The Trojans have been penalized twice for 15, and Portsmouth West once for 15. 8 first downs for Portsmouth West, 3 for Portsmouth. Individual stats: in the receiving department, Hollins for Portsmouth has 1 reception for 14, and Williams 1 for 10. On the west side of the football, Bays has 1 reception for 11. In the rushing department, Lowry 5 rushes for 22 yards, Hollins 3 for 3 yards, and Richardson 2 rushes with no gain. On the west side of the ball, Robinson with 9 rushes for 36 yards and a touchdown, the lone scorer in the ball game. Frazier 4 for 25, Swords 2 for 16, Douth at 3 for 11, and Kegley 1 for 1. West scored in the first quarter with a drive that started on their own 35, 12 plays, and 6 minutes and 42 seconds later, Wesley Robinson crossed the goal line on a 10-yard run. Hoggard's kick was good, and that's the scoring in the ball game up to this point in time. It's a whole new night, but it's the same game, and we'll be back to give you the rest of this ball game when we return to the Coliseum right after this.
The library isn't just a source for books anymore. We are activities. We are local history and genealogy. We are entertainment. We are DVDs and books on CD. We are online. We are education. We are mobile. We are everywhere. We are still books and reading. We are here for our community. We are here for you.
We are the Portsmouth Public Library.
I love the library.
Peter 10:17.
Ruth 2:11.
James 11:9.
When I was hungry.
When I was lost.
When I was stoned.
You gave me help.
Faith.
Joy.
You gave me a chance. Amanda 4:6. When I was saved.
Your holiday donations to the Salvation Army make change all year long.
Specific situation, West is on offense. It'll be 2nd down and 13 to go. They've got the ball on their own 29-yard line. 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the second quarter of play. West started this drive on their own 14, and they picked up 1 first down already, and there's a toss out to the right-hand side. It's going to be complete over there to Swords. Swords is going to grab it, and he's going to be brought down over there by Zach DeLotel, and we have resumed this football game the better part of 24 hours later, actually about 23 or so. Nice pickup. It'll be 3rd down and 4 to go for the Senators as we have 5:45 remaining in the second quarter of play. Again, if you just tuned in or came back, we started this ball game after a 24-hour delay. We're in the second quarter. West leads 7-0. High school football on the zone sent your way by King's Daughters Medical Center, Ohio. It's Frazier up the gut, and not much there as the Trojans get in on the action. Jaden Josie among those on the tackle. It'll now be 4th down and 4 to go. No gain on the play, and West will put a foot to it as dropping back for Portsmouth will be Austin Hollins, and also back there's going to be Omar Carter. They'll be standing back around, let's see where they go, back to around their own 32-yard line. The punt on the play for West will be put into play by Hoggard, as he'll be standing on his own 23 to receive the pass from center. 4th and 4, good snap, not much of a rush. The kick is going to go past the 40 and bounce out of bounds in Portsmouth territory on the third, just a shade on this side of the 35-yard line. And as a result, Portsmouth will get the ball with 4:41 to go in the first half, and they'll have the ball in pretty good field position. We'll call it their own 36. High school football on the zone sent your way by all the Zone Country locations of Sunspot Tanning. Brought to you by Wagner Rental and Supply all over Zone Country, and by the Battery Terminal in Ashland. Here comes Portsmouth setting the offense for them. It's going to be Lowry at quarterback. He's going to send 3 men to the right and 2 to the left. Put a man in motion. That's Richardson. And up the gut they go, and that one worked out pretty well as they get up to about the 45-yard line. Carrying on the play that time was Lowry. And he is stopped on the play by Robinson.
Along with Ryan Spriggs.
Robinson, a big lad. He's 5'11", 130 pounds, just a sophomore. But he was jumping right in there and putting a hit on him. That's what it takes. Pickup of 9, second down and 1 to go for the Trojans with 4 minutes and 5 seconds to play here in quarter number 2. And there's a pass out to the side and stepping out of bounds rather quickly over there would be Ryan Williams. And he's going to pick up a Trojan first down.
Pass complete to Luke Purdy.
It's Purdy, excuse me. Looked like an 8, it was a 9. Beg your pardon, Luke Purdy, 5'10", 165-pound junior. He goes out to the right side. They've got, again, twins over there, trips on the left. First and 10 to go. And they're going to give it to the man coming around and heading out to the side. Collins unable to turn the corner as he stopped over there with a big hit by Ryan Spriggs for the Senators. Loss of 1, second and 11 to go. Last year, Trojans 3-7. They're 0-1 this year as they lost their opener to the Valley Indians. Right now, they have the ball about a yard inside Portsmouth West territory. These two teams, as you may remember, opened up the Coliseum with the very first game here. And now they have about 4 guys, a barbershop quartet over there on the right, and that looked like too many guys in the backfield to me. But there's a flag down. We'll see what they say. No, they're going to wave it off. Timeout.
Timeout Portsmouth.
Timeout Portsmouth, so 3:10 to go in the first half. West 7, Portsmouth nothing. Back after this. Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum. There you see the West Senators getting some instructions from second-year coach Ben Johnson. They made the playoffs last year in Johnson's first year at the helm of the West Portsmouth Ball Club. And they are seeking their first victory of the season, as are the Trojans. They lost 28-12 last week to an always tough Newark Catholic Ball Club. So with second and 11, Lowry is going to send 4 men out to the right. That looks a little bit more like a proper setup. Wide receiver on the left. Lowry's going to roll down the center. Got a man open, and it's caught about the 30. And it's snagged in there by Austin Collins, and it's another Portsmouth first down as Lowry threaded the needle very well and did a good job on that, and Hollins looked the ball right into his hands. So good connection between the quarterback and the receiver. When we restarted tonight, the Trojans had, to their credit, they had 2 for 5 and 24 yards, and they've added to that now. Now Lowry fakes and keeps. He runs around the referee, as you see, and manages to get down to about the 15-yard line, where he's tackled over there by the Senators' Nick Frazier. And it's going to be real close, and it is a first down Portsmouth. Trojans started this drive on their own 36 with 4:41 to go. There's now 2:41 left. So they've had the ball for 2 minutes on the clock and have advanced the ball all the way down now to the West 14. Putting together a nice drive. They've got twins on the left, Trips on the right. They're going to put Richardson in motion. And Lowry fakes to him, and he is going to be eaten alive in there by Wesley Bailey. Bailey is in all over him like paint on the house. With 2:10 to go, it'll be second down and a loss. It's going to be second and about 14 or 15 yards to go for the Portsmouth Trojans. They are deep inside the red zone, inside Portsmouth West territory. Again, trips right, wins left. Lowry's going to roll that way and got room to run or throw. He's got a man behind the receiver, or the defender, and it's caught and complete over there on about the 3 or 4 yard line, and coming back with it that time.
Pass complete to
Luke Purdy. With 1:43 to go, he goes out of bounds and stops the clock.
Incomplete.
Oh, they're going to say he was out of bounds. Looked like he stepped after he had the ball, so it's still going to be third now and 14. That was kind of a surprise to a lot of folks on the Portsmouth side of the field. He was wide open. The defender was about 5 yards
third down 15
in front of him. So now third and long. Again, wide open on that side, complete. Touchdown, Portsmouth. Austin Hollins.
Touchdown pass complete to Austin Hollins.
Austin Hollins catches it, standing all by himself in the end zone.
Cole Lowry complete.
Portsmouth on that side right now having some pretty good luck, and with 1:37 to go, the Trojans are back within a point. Kick going to be put up by Purdy, it looks like. Snap is placed. The kick is blocked. In there, Nick Frazier on the block. So Frazier blocks it, and now we got a 1-point ball game as he was right there. So as they come back up the field with 1:37 to go, West 7, Portsmouth 6. Back after this.
We recently got an EEG machine, and that's what we're using for one of my research projects. Shawnee State and my professors, faculty here have really helped me to be competitive, not just to meet the minimum requirements. Kind of cool to tell people that, hey, I know how to run an EEG.
I visit every client that I have one time a month. I'm not meant to be behind a desk. At Shawnee, they instilled in me a need to have empathy towards other people. When you get into that career, it's because you want to help people. So that's what I'm doing.
On that?
I just remember the video. The coach was very
Portsmouth Trojans put together an 8-play and 64-yard drive that takes 3 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock. Austin Hollins catches a pass from Cole Lowry. Nick Frazier for West comes in and blocks the attempt of the conversion by Luke Purdy, and so the score is 7-6. West in the lead right now with 1 minute and 37 seconds to go. This is a lightning delay game, so we're basically going to have a shortened halftime. There's the kickoff, going to be taken by Frazier back about the 11-yard line as he moves across the 20, and then he's going to be stopped out there pretty quick and brought down. Austin Hollins and Reese Johnson will bring him down, and West will take the ball, and they'll have it on their own 27-yard line. Nice return, about 16 yards by Frazier. So it'll be 1st and 10 on their own 28 with 1:31 to go in this first half of play. High school football on the zone. Sent your way by the UPS store on 11th Street, by Wheelersburg Cinema, and by the Shawnee Animal Clinic. Up the gut, across the 30, pick up a 3 or 4, and moving it up through there, Job Swords. Last week in West lost to Newark Catholic. He was 16 rushes for 52 yards, a 3.3 average. He also had 5 receptions for 105 and 51 yards kickoff return and a 20-yard punt return. So he really laid out the yardage last week for the Senators, doing yeoman service. And a little pass underneath the defense, and it's complete, and getting away from one tackler was Braden Oliver, who's finally stopped up there for Portsmouth by Austin Mullins and Luke Purdy, but not before West picks up a first down and moves into Portsmouth territory down to the Trojan 45-yard line. 52 seconds to go in the first half of play. Clock is running. Douthit rolls to his left this time, looking and has a man, but out of bounds. That'll be incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10, and we'll stop the clock with 39 and 9/10 seconds to go. West next has to face the Coal Grove Hornets, another OVC opponent. Portsmouth, of course, playing their first year in the OVC, having left the Southeastern Ohio Athletic League, where they were 1-3 last year.
2nd down, 10.
West, under the coaching of Coach Johnson, 7-5 at this point. Cripps left. Frazier, heavy pressure, and he is dropped, and that one is almost picked off by Hollins. Hollins grabbed that Willie Mays style about the 47-yard line of the Trojans, but was unable to grab onto it. And so it falls complete, but Brady Douthit avoids a sack by Zach Delotel, making it 3rd and 10. He dropped that baby out through there, and it did look sort of like a wounded duck while it was on its way. So now a little more than half a minute to play in the first half of play. Douthit will bring his crew up. Little weak on the snap there, and he is going to be hit once, twice. Big hits in there. Zach Delotel and Austin Mullins. Austin Mullins making the first hit. Zach Delotel finishing him off, and he got knocked back all the way back to the 43-yard line. It'll now be 4th down with 26 seconds left, and they have got a goodly amount. We'll call it 22 yards to go. You're watching high school football on the Zone, sent to you by All Seasons Heating and Air on the west side, by Rutland Burnside Realty, by Weaver's Gas and Oil on Route 73 at 104, and by the West Side IGA. Thanks to our sponsors, and thanks to you for being there as well. Timeout on the field. We'll be back right after this.
The sun is always shining at Sunspot Tanning Salons. We are your #1 source for that deeper, darker, lasting tan, and not just during summer, all year long. Our high-tech equipment gives you that perfect coloring by offering quality tanning in a clean, cool, and controlled environment for everyone from beginners and beyond. Excellent up-to-date products and various locations with convenient hours. You won't have to wait for the sun to look fine.
Welcome to the Sunspot, where the sun always shines.
So it looks like West will punt it, standing about his 30-yard line. They will get no rush on that as the ball is punted away over there by Kegley. And it's going to be picked up and moving upfield with it and finding a block. And on his way to this house is going to be the Trojans' Omar Carter down the left side as we look for flags with 7 2/10 seconds to go. Omar Carter moves down the left side. Touchdown, Trojans. Carter took that ball in his own end of the field, got some nice blocking, moved up the left side, and about the 46-yard line, he turned on the burners and no one was close. And Portsmouth has taken the lead by a score of 12-7. Purdy will come out and try to make it 13. As he steps in, 7 2/10 seconds left on the clock. And they're going to go for 2. There's some room over there for Lowry as he goes, and no good. They say he came up short. Coming up over there for West on the stop, trying to get the number. It looks like Frazier was the first man over there, and Lowry took a pretty good whack on that, just a shade shy of the goal. But as they come back up the field, Portsmouth 12, West 7. Back with the Trojan kickoff right after this.
This is my business. I'm the owner and sole proprietor.
I only have one other employee, Chester.
It's a romantic notion. Be the boss, but you are alone.
Well, not technically alone.
I do have a lot of help, actually.
My UPS store.
I had this printed there. Packing, shipping, help.
Outstanding.
Toasters.
I have a mailbox there.
Best thing, they're right down the street.
The owner's a friend.
Forgot the account.
My team.
Yes! Careful now.
Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum, where tonight seems to be a little more activity going on than there was last night. Perhaps the lightning has shocked everybody into some more functional modes or whatever, but we just saw Omar Carter return a 75-yard punt for the Trojans, and the Trojans now lead by the score of 12-7. Portsmouth will kick off, and I don't know what we'll see here or what their philosophy will be. It'll be Luke Purdy who will step it off. As, of course, the time you're most vulnerable to a score is right after you've scored yourself. This one will be a line drive that's going to be end over end and going to be picked up about the 16 by Frazier again. Frazier's going to move around, gets around one man, but not by the second. And Reese Johnson and Blake Wiedebrook on the hit. Reese Johnson with the initial hit. And with 1.3 seconds to go, West will have the ball
1.3 seconds to go
on their own 31-yard line. Don't forget, halftime will be shortened this evening. We'll have a 10-minute half and then a 3-minute warm-up.
We'll have a 10-minute half.
As the teams will try to move the ball game along, realizing we've already played 24 hours. And the pitch to the tailback, that's Swords. He's got blocks and room. He's on his way, gets across midfield, and he's going to be dragged down over there. The hit on the play for Portsmouth stops him before the touchdown. So we're halfway home here at the Coliseum. And the score at halftime is the Portsmouth Trojans 12 and the Portsmouth West Senators 7. Back with our Trinidad Orthopedic and Sports Medicine halftime report when we return right after this.
Enjoy the movie. It's a lot cleaner. Yeah, they actually cycle movies faster here.
The bassoon look like a box of chocolates.
Have you seen a really big snake? I hate snakes.
None shall pass.
Wheelersburg Cinema, still bringing movies to life.
Welcome back to the Trinidad Orthopedic and Sports Medicine halftime report. Longtime sponsor here on the Zone of our halftime reports. Trinidad Orthopedic and Sports Medicine on Kenny's Lane in Portsmouth. Don't forget the sports clinics Saturday mornings at 9 o'clock. Remember, a shortened halftime. We'll have a 10-minute half plus a 3-minute warm-up period. And our halftime stats here on the Trinidad Orthopedic and Sports Medicine halftime report. First of all, for West, they have 23 carries for 103 yards in the rushing department, which altogether is about a 20-yard improvement since the break. And a little more than that. Portsmouth, 15 carries, 44 yards. The passing department, a little more air in the ball tonight. Portsmouth 5 for 9 for 70, and Portsmouth West 3 for 5 for 44 is our halftime total here. No additional penalties since we started. Portsmouth has 2 for 15, West 1 for 15. Portsmouth picked up 5 first downs during our period tonight, and they have 8 first downs. West has 10. Now, as far as individual statistics are concerned, in the rushing department, Lowry has 9 carries for 41 yards, and Hollins has 4 carries for 3 yards. Richardson has 2 carries, and he's not gained any. In the rushing department for Portsmouth West, it's Frazier with 5 carries for 25 yards. Robinson, 9 carries for 36 yards and a TD. Swords has 4 carries for 42 yards, and Dalpett negative yardage, 4 carries for -1, but that sort of goes to being a quarterback. And Kegley has 1 for 1. In the receiving department, for Portsmouth West, Oliver 1 for 24, Bays 1 for 11, and Swords 1 for 9. We were talking earlier about Joe Swords' really efficient all-around play and all-purpose yards, and he's showing that as he has 42 rushing yards and 9 receiving yards here in the first half of play. Now, the receiving department for the Trojans, Austin Hollins has 3 receptions for 54 yards, and he caught that touchdown. In addition to that, Williams has 1 reception for 10, and Luke Purdy has 1 reception for 6. The way the scoring went is, of course, that last night, which was in the first quarter, West scored, and their first score came at 5 minutes and 18 seconds in the first on Wesley Robinson's 10-yard run, capped a 6-minute and 42-second 12-play drive. Hoggard's kick was good. West led 7-0. Tonight's scoring, first off, West started a drive on their own 28 with 1:31 to go. They punted, and Omar Carter took the ball. And 75-yard return is what put Portsmouth ahead by the score of 12-7. How did they get in a position to do that? Well, the way they got in the position to do that was early in the game here at the 4:41 mark in the second quarter. Portsmouth started on their own 36, put together a 3-minute, 4-second drive that took 8 plays. That pass we talked about, a touchdown to Austin Hollins, was complete. At the 1:37 mark, Frazier blocked the kick of Luke Purdy. And so at halftime here, we have a score of Portsmouth 12 and the Portsmouth West 7. Still a good half of ball to go. And we are on the Trinidad Orthopedic and Sports Medicine halftime report. We'll be back with more from the Trojan Coliseum when we return right after this.
Many people know that at the Battery Terminal in Ashland, Kentucky, we sell automotive, marine, and recreational vehicle batteries. But did you know we also sell
Power Wheels, motorcycle, and wheelchair batteries?
We also sell batteries for garage door openers, watches, cordless phones, and cell phones.
The Battery Terminal is a family-owned business located in Ashland, Kentucky. We've been in business for 28 years, and we are here to service your battery needs.
You're watching the Trinidad Orthopedic and Sports Medicine halftime report. We're about ready to start the 3-minute warm-up period here on our abbreviated halftime. Other games around the area, as a whole bunch of games got delayed last night. A couple of them got completed, however, much to the surprise of a lot of folks. Wheelersburg defeated Fairland by the score of 42-8. Millersport defeated Greene 50-0, and Notre Dame came from about a 2-second end and kicked a field goal with basically no time left on the clock, and the Titans defeated the Manchester Greyhounds by the score of 55-54 in an exciting finish there for Coach Bob Ashley's crew. Other games going on this afternoon, but prior to this, that were also delayed by the Lightning last night, included the Northwest Mohawks, who completed their game and dropped that one 28-12, and the East Tartans were playing Fisher Catholic from Lancaster, and the Tartans managed to prevail in a game that started a couple of hours before this one did. So East has won their ball game on the makeup from the Lightning. So that's pretty much the way things have gone so far. An unusual weekend of football because of the storms that went zooming through the area last night. We're here for our second night tonight, and As we approach the second half, we're about a minute and a half away from kickoff in the second half. We want to remind you that the Portsmouth Trojans have now come from behind and lead at halftime over the Portsmouth West Senators 12-7. We got a good half of football yet to go. So don't go away. You've been watching the Trinidad Orthopedic and Sports Medicine halftime report. We'll be back with half number 2 right after this.
You've always been able to recognize value. The decisions you make today put you on the road to where you want to be tomorrow. Throughout your life, you've planned and made smart decisions. You deserve State Auto's Prime of Life to protect your home and autos. Find out more about Prime of Life and other State Auto products.
Call Barrett Murphy, your local State Auto Insurance agency.
Hello? Oh, hey, honey. Dinner. Yeah, I got it.
Go nuts for donuts at Krispy Kreme, across from Portsmouth High School.
Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum. You have been watching the Trinidad Orthopedic and Sports Medicine halftime report. Score at halftime, Portsmouth 12, West 7. Portsmouth won the toss last night and deferred. So in the second half, they have elected to receive. West will defend the north goal. Portsmouth will receive on the end closest to the field house. That would be to your right on the television screen. Trojans in the blue shirts and the silver pants with the red headgear. West in white from head to toe, and the toes are optional. So the second half getting underway here. As they approach the ball, the second half is underway, and it's going to be taken inside the 15-yard line and moving up on the left-hand side, and slipping and sliding up there was Hollins. So Hollins lost his footing along about the 36, and so Portsmouth will take over. We've just used 5 seconds of this second half, and the Trojans will have the ball on their own between their 36 and 37. And we're ready to roll with the second half of play. High school football on the zone sent your way by King's Daughters Medical Center, Ohio, by Thompson's Petroleum, by Coleman's Garden Center on 2nd Street, and by Staker's Drugs, downtown Wheelersburg, and of course, in the West Side Center. Richardson gets the ball, got some room, turns it on, up the side, and he's up for about 8 or 9 yard gain as he stopped over there by Nick Frazier.
Knocked out of bounds by Nick Frazier.
And it'll be a pickup of, as I said, about 8 yards on the play. Stopped him just inside. And so it'll be second and 2 for the Portsmouth Trojans. West scored first. That was last night. Portsmouth has scored twice tonight. As the lights are coming on here at the Trojan Coliseum, Cole Lowry is the quarterback. He's going to send 3 men to the left-hand side and 2 to the right. Put one of those in motion. And that's Hollins, who gets tackled in the backfield, grabbing him around the ankle and doing a good job for him, or on him rather, would be Wesley Bailey. Loss of about 5, so it'll be 3rd and about 7 to go. So the Trojans now with a 3rd down and relatively long. As Lowry looks to the sideline. Wesley Bailey, by the way, in the first game of the season, had 6 tackles and a fumble recovery for the Senators. So he's in the mix quite often. Luke Purdy is way out on the right, then Austin Hollins, 2 men on the left. Lowry takes the snap, heads that way, has a man on the right in time for the first down, and that's Luke Purdy who steps out of bounds just past the stick, the way you draw it on the board. And Portsmouth will pick up the first down.
Adam Baker and Chase Lineker.
Ball will now sit on the Trojan 47-yard line, just a shade outside of it. Portsmouth's next game will be hosting the victorious Wheelersburg Pirates, who are now 2-0 as they've defeated Ironton and Fairland, two Lawrence County schools, two OVC schools. Lowry under pressure, tucks it and goes. He's going to pick up a couple. For some miraculous reason, he got through there, and several of the Senators on there, including Chase Leniger, also Josh Davis. Davis, the only 3-year letterman on the Senators football club.
Second down,
and so he's seen action there in the trenches a goodly while. 9:35 to play in quarter 3. High school football on the zone, sent your way by Games Pharmacy on the west side. Quality heating and air on Route 52. Barber's Auto Parts all over zone country. And by Special Touch Embroidery on Route 73 and 104. Lowry holds, goes, almost like it was a quarterback draw, but it wasn't drawn that way. And he picks up a couple before he's brought down. At the bottom of the heap over there for the Senators would be Hunter Reed and Wesley Robinson. So now the Trojans find themselves third and sort of midway to go. Senators responding after the Trojans popped up a first down. They started this drive on their own 37. And West has kind of tightened up a little bit, even though the Trojans have the ball on the west portion of the football field. Trojans have got that quad set up on the left again. Lowry's going that way and got a man, and just out of the reach of the extended hand over there of Portsmouth's Omar Carter, who scored a touchdown earlier on a punt return. So that's going to set up a fourth down for the Trojans. West will drop Nick Frazier back, and Portsmouth will be putting a foot to it. Zach DeLotel will be kicking it. He'll be standing about his own 42, maybe 43-yard line. Frazier going to be standing back to receive about his own 21. And that looked to me like a defensive player came offside. And that's going to make it daggone close to a first down. That is going to be daggone close. As the right defensive end jumped over well in advance of the snap. And so they'll step off 5. And the way it is right now, that's going to make it daggone close to a first down. Offside against the defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see where the sticks are over there, will be close enough that there'll have to be a measurement. Now, do you punt or do you go? But first, let's see what it says. We'll put the glasses on it and the camera on it and see what we can do. As they stretch out the sticks, any part of the ball touches it, it's a first down, and it's going to be just a shade short. Fourth down, going to be about 2 or 3 inches. So now comes gut time. High school football on the zone, sent your way by Gaddy's of Portsmouth, by Real Estate Gallery Incorporated. It brings you the national anthem before every game. Brought to you by the Shawnee Animal Clinic, by Toro Loco, who presents the Defensive Player of the Game Award. Let's see what happens as the Trojans come up with 4th and inches. Lowry is under center, takes it himself. He's got more than enough for the first down. That'll be an easy Trojan first down as Lowry got some good blocking up in there. Center, Anthony Ferrara. Left guard, Levi Monraga. And right guard Warren Goddard blasting up through there. Made enough of a hole that Lowry gets down to between the 41 and 42, and it's another Trojan first down. They started this drive on their own 37. So now they've got a new set of 4 to play with. And again, we got trips to the left, to the right. Lowry back there all by his lonesome. He rolls to his left, and big trouble coming at him, and he is going to be eaten alive down there. And in on it again, who is it? Wesley Bailey, of course. The 6-foot-tall, 195-pound senior pops right on board and takes Lowry back to the 50. So now, instead of some sort of short second down play, the Trojans have got second and about 18 or 19 to roll with. 7 minutes and 29 seconds to go in quarter number 3. As you can see on your scoreboard, Portsmouth leading by 5. So Lowry is going to send Purdy way out there. Hollins is way out there, and Portsmouth calls timeout.
Timeout, Portsmouth.
So there's timeout on the field with 7:15 to go into third. Back after this.
At Desco, we believe loans to small businesses result in stronger communities. We believe the experience and ability to make local decisions awards you the home field advantage. We believe quick decisions and straightforward answers are what you need to get started. At Desco, we have terms to fit your business. Desco Federal Credit Union. We make business loans.
Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum. There you see the West Senators getting some instruction. They trail 12-7. They have pushed Portsmouth back about 9 yards on the first play of this series, and it's now 2nd and 19. The Trojans didn't like what they saw with the ball at midfield, and as a result, the Trojans called timeout. West scored first. That was last night. Portsmouth has scored twice tonight on a pass to Austin Hollins and a punt return by Omar Carter. And now, Lowry is going to be chased again. He's got a man open in there, and that's a penalty from lots of different directions. Shooting for Ryan Williams, and they're going to call the penalty in there on West on Brendan Moore. And again, in the high school, it's only a 15-yard penalty. It's not an automatic first down. So it'll be now redo second down, but a lot shorter now. It'll be second down and about 3 to go. Folks get so used to watching professional football, they think that in high school that a pass interference brings a first down, but it's not. It's a 15-yard penalty. So philosophically, if you're ever watching a game and somebody needs to stop somebody and they're throwing a long pass, you might see some pass interference. Second and about 3 or 4 to go. Lowry puts Richardson in motion and tucks himself. Got a nice block in the middle. Moving down inside the 28. Lowry is down in there, and Nick Frazier on the stop. Also in there, of course, Wesley Bailey. And a pickup ought to be enough for a first down for the Trojans. Remember, in high school, the ball is down when it hits the ground. You can't fumble after you're on the ground. So that'll be the third first down of this drive, which began on the PHS 37. They've now had the ball pretty close to 6 minutes. Excuse me, 5 minutes, beg your pardon. Math skills not too sharp tonight, if ever. Lowry, oh, excuse me. New quarterback in for Portsmouth. That was Blake Wiedebrook in there who did the throw. So Wiedebrook tosses off to the right side. With 6:41, it falls incomplete. So I don't know exactly why Wiedebrook was in there, but Lowry coming in now. Wiedebrook, the second man on the depth chart there, can give the ball a fling. You remember his brother was a Trojan quarterback a few years ago. Blake 5'8", 141-pound junior. Lowry, of course, a sophomore, was pressed into service last year as a freshman when Sky Oliver got hurt. Richardson in motion again. And again the toss. And it's complete to Hollins, who gets away from Frazier. He's still on his feet, and he moves his way down. And there were two great plays right there. Hollins did a great job of getting away, and then Frazier, who missed the initial tackle, came back and made the tackle. That's two great plays, one on each side of the ball right there. First down, Portsmouth, and Austin Hollins gutted it out and got away, and Nick Frazier, who missed the first one, came down and made the tackle on the second effort. So right there you saw some tremendous high school football play. Williams out to the left, Purdy out to the right. The backs are in a power I. And they're going to give to the second man, and a little cross play. Hollins, 6-yard run to Hollins. I don't see any flags. And with 6:08 to play in the third, Austin Hollins makes it 18-7. The power I. They faked to the first man, crossed to the second. And Hollins, coming from right to left, had some good blocking and moved right in. Touchdown Portsmouth. Now we'll see what they're going to do. They're going to try for two again. They have had a kick blocked, and they have also come up short on a 2-point conversion. Trips right, Richardson's way out to the left, and Lowry tosses up to his man. That was a jump ball, and the pass incomplete. So as they come back up the field, the score is Portsmouth 18, West 7. There's a flag on the field, and we're going to see what we got. It's going to be a legal procedure against Portsmouth. They're going to waive it off or decline it. And so as a result, the play is no good, and Portsmouth leads by the score of 18-7. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
Infinity Home Healthcare is a family-owned group of caring professionals committed to the overall well-being of our patients. We specialize in letting your loved ones live a normal life at home. Call us today and let our family take care of your family.
Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum. There you see the Trojans, who have just pushed their lead to 18-7 on a 6-yard run by Austin Hollins that capped a 13-play, 63-yard drive. Trojans held on to the ball for 5 minutes and 47 seconds, put 4 first downs on the board. Their pass was incomplete for the 2-point conversion, and as a result, the Trojans now lead by the score of 18-7. You're watching high school football on the Zone, sent your way by Dan Cassidy and the folks at Barron & Murphy Insurance. By Quality Heating and Air on Route 52 in West Portsmouth. By Games Pharmacy on the west side. And brought to you by Sunspot Tanning all over Zone Country. Purdy's kick is going to be a line driver and is going to be taken on the 30. And taking it and falling down with it, as knowing that he is not a punt returner or a kickoff returner, is Jacob Gilkey. Gilkey, 6'1", 230-pound sophomore, used his head, and with 6 minutes and 7 seconds to go here in this third quarter play, Portsmouth West will have the ball, 1st and 10, and they'll get it on their own 30-yard line, right smack dab on it. So here come the Senators. Backs in an I. Pitch to the tailback. That's Swords. Swords gets over one man. Drop down, ball popped loose, but he fell right back on it. Good heads-up play by him. Tackle on the play for Portsmouth by Travis McKenzie. Brings him down after a pickup of about 9. And again, we want to point out that Job Swords is an exceptionally talented, multifaceted football player. He came up through there, got through a couple of guys after the line opened a good block for him. It'll now be 2nd and 1. And again to the tailback, that's Swords. He goes off one, but runs into 2. And Austin Hollins on the stop. Also in on the stop for Portsmouth that time was Caden Lowry. So Hollins and Lowry on the stop.
Also on the stop.
With 5:18 to go, the officials are having a wee bit of a discussion, and I don't know what the conversation is, as I see no flag at this moment. Yep, dead ball foul. It's going to be against Portsmouth West. And so dead ball foul, that's going to mark off 15 against them. So their drive is going to require an additional 15.
All the way back to the 22-yard line.
So that's going to knock them back and make a second down and big. Ball be on the 22-yard line. They have to get up to the 40, so that makes it about 18 yards to go. You're watching high school football on the Zone, sent your way by Real Estate Gallery, by Smith Drugs, downtown, South Webster, and Minford, and by the Ohio Automotive Group at 12th and Offnear Street in Portsmouth. Great selection and great service. And they're going to go inside on a nice cross play, and they get through there, and bringing it up through there was Sam Kegley. Sam Kegley, the 5'9", 220-pound senior, only carried the ball 4 times last week for 14 yards.
May have 4th down and 10.
He picks it up and gets enough to make it now 4th and 10 for the Senators, which should be a punting situation. And the Trojans will send on their punt return team, including Carter, who will be back deep, and also back deep will be Austin Hollins, as they'll be standing about their own 35-yard line. Punting it up for West is going to be, let's see who we got over there. That's going to be Bailey, or Kegley, excuse me. As Hollins is going to let that baby roll, as the Trojans are going to get pretty good field position out of that. So the Trojans stopped the Senators on that one. They got derailed a little bit by a 15-yard penalty. And as a result, Portsmouth High School will now get the ball with 4:08 to play in the third quarter. And they'll have it again in pretty decent field position on their own 33-yard line. High school football on the Zone. Sent your way by Compass Community Healthcare Center. They present our Player of the Game award. Also brought to you by All About Air Conditioning on Scioto Trail. Brought to you by Stoltz's Pharmacy in Greenup and Wheelersburg, and by all the Zone Country locations, the Vesco Federal Credit Union. Richardson fumbles the ball on the handoff. West is going to recover. That handoff was not good. That handoff was not good. That was not good. Lowry was a goodly distance away from Richardson, and they did not secure the ball. So the Trojans give up the ball in a key place.
The Trojans 31-yard line.
On the Trojans 31-yard line. With 4 minutes and 4 seconds to go, so they keep the ball 4 seconds. And a bad handoff gives West an opportunity to come knocking at the door. Brady Douthit comes up, sets his team. The ball is marked ready for play. He's going to pitch to his tailback. That's Swords. Swords can't find a block, but dances around a man. There's a flag downfield. Swords is going to take it out of bounds about the 8, but as I said, along about between the 25 and 30-yard line, there'll be a penalty flag down. And we'll see what the officials have to say about this one, as Swords does a good job. He had no block out there whatsoever. And looks like it's going to be called against the Trojans, perhaps. Going to have personal foul face mask against Portsmouth. So West is going to pick up a first down. And they're going to get it way down in Trojan territory on the 4-yard line. A PHS penalty gives West the ball on the 4, but of course Job Swords had it pretty far down there anyway. So now West has their opportunity to close this score. Douthit is going to give it to Swords again. He runs into heavy traffic. On the hit there for Portsmouth, Zach DeLotel. Also on the hit was Travis McKenzie. Travis McKenzie also there. And that'll be second down and a loss of 1. So West will have it second and goal from the 5-yard line. Portsmouth really clogged that one up well. So this will be their second shot from inside the 5. They went to Swords again. Again to Swords, nice blocking. Swords makes a touchdown. Touchdown, Portsmouth West. Job Swords got a great block there, took it right in. Swords, a 5-yard run.
The flag on the play.
However, we see a hanky. Illegal block against West, so Swords' great run and the good blocks go for nothing. Swords had a great opportunity there, and he took advantage of it as his line opened up a heck of a hole. So they're going to move the ball out to the 14-yard line. It'll be second down and goal from the 14. So here we go with a rerun of second down. Got to be frustrating for Swords right there, as he had pay dirt. And now Dalton comes up under center. He's got Tegley right behind him. Swords way deep, and they're going to pitch to him. He's got a block. He's got 2 men hanging off of him and still driving. Now 3 men driving. And he goes down and really fights hard on that one. The initial hit and stopped DJ Pearsall. Pearsall held on for dear life. Swords gets down to about just inside the 10. So it'll be third and goal with about 10 yards to go for the touchdown. We're seeing some tenacious play offensively and defensively in this reboot of this ball game from last night. West has about 10 yards to go. It's third and goal. They're going to cross go. It's Frazier. He's got an opening. He's looking at the seam. He's driving. Great drive by Frazier. Touchdown West. Frazier did not stop moving. He had 4 men on him. And Frazier, a 10-yard run, really showed some guts there. There was a little cross play. And after he was hit, he basically had 3 or 4 men on him. And he takes it in at 2:11 of the third quarter, and that was a heck of a run by that young man. West is going to set the ball on the left hash mark. Score now 18-13, 5-point game. Now the math gets interesting as we're at 2:11 of quarter number 3. And they're going to fake it to Swords. Doubt that it's going to throw. It's going to be off the hands of his intended receiver, which was Frazier. So the pass falls incomplete as they faked the Swords and then went for Frazier. So as they come back up the field, the score is Portsmouth 18, Portsmouth West 13. Back with the kickoff right after this.
Medical Center Ohio is working to provide health care that raises the bar with experienced physicians you know, like gastroenterologist Charles Wong, treating digestive issues at our new hospital. Our advanced diagnostic equipment and passionate attention to detail allows every possibility to be explored in order to find the best treatments available. King's Daughters Medical Center Ohio is a team dedicated to world-class health care for Portsmouth.
That was an example of what happens with turnovers. Portsmouth had the ball at 4:08 to go on their own 33. A really bad handoff was fumbled. Portsmouth West got the ball on the PHS 31 and helped along the way by a PHS face mask penalty. But then again, West got one right back at him with an illegal block penalty. West put together a 5-play drive that was capped by a really great run by Frazier. Nick Frazier, the 5'10 senior, listed on the roster as only weighing 180 pounds. Knocks it in from 10 yards out. The pass is incomplete, and we got a 5-point game with 2:11 to go in this third quarter, and we've seen a heck of a lot of offense tonight so far. And the kickoff is going to be a line driver that goes a different direction, going to be picked up at last by Richardson. He runs into some traffic but cuts it up, and finally he's whacked pretty good about the 21-yard line. That ball bounced in strange ways, which of course footballs do. And so with 2:04 to go here in this third quarter, DHS will have the ball on their own 21-yard line, and they lead by 5. You're watching high school football on the Zone, sent your way by the UPS store on 11th Street, by the Battery Terminal in Ashland, by your hometown university, Shawnee State University, by the Westside IGA, and by Weaver's Gas and Oil on Route 73 at Dry Run. And they go to Hollins. He cuts the corner. He goes head on against Ryan Spriggs. And Spriggs brings him down after a pickup of about, 4 or 5. They give him 6. They do. Hollins did not try to run around. He did not try to run sideways. He did not try to change his field. He just went right head on against Ryan Spriggs. He's 155 pounds. Hollins is 190. So a pickup of about 6 will give Portsmouth a 2nd and 4. In motion goes Richardson, and they give it to him, and the handoff's good this time. Richardson pours on the burners. He's going to come up about a yard or two short of the first down, as he stopped over there with 1:09 to play in this third quarter.
Adam Baker. 3rd down and a long one, short 2.
So 3rd down, short for the Trojans. High school football on the Zone, sent your way by Staker's Drugs downtown, Wheelersburg, and of course in the West Side Center, by Coleman's Garden Center on 2nd Street, by Wagner Rental and Supply, and by the Goodwin Group, your local ADT agent. In motion, Richardson again. Fake. Lowry holds. He's not got any room. He's trying to get away, and he can't do it. He's finally brought down over there, and a big stop on the play for West that time by Josh Davis. Davis grabs him and throws him to the ground after a couple of other Senators gave him a hard way to go. So it'll now be 4th down for Portsmouth, and somebody is going to call timeout. Looks like maybe that we're going to run out of third quarter. So it's the end of 3. Sneaked up on me. The score, 3/4 of the way home, is Portsmouth 18, Portsmouth West 13. Back with quarter number 4 right after this.
Wherever good can overcome, that is where your contributions to the Salvation Army go.
Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum. Here we are, 3/4 of the way home in this ball game that began over 24 hours ago. Lightning delay put us behind the 8 ball, but not a bad crowd considering that there are many other things going on this weekend in the greater Portsmouth area. So the Trojans and West doing battle, and it's the 4th down and about 8 to go, and Purdy's punt is going to be way high in the air. Fair catch called for. It's fumbled, and let's see who gets it. I think West is on top of it, and it's going to be taken in over there by Brandon Moore as the ball comes loose. Frazier also over there, and Frazier's walking out with his shoulder down. That's a bad sign for Portsmouth West, as he looks like he has whacked his right shoulder. So we hope that he is not badly hurt, but he looks like he is in pain. So we start the fourth quarter, and Portsmouth West gets the ball with 11:50 to go. They're going to have great field position as the ball is going to be on their own 49-yard line. They trail just by 5. Just a touchdown away. And they're going to be giving it to Swords, and he's going to be bent hard in there. And the hard hits come in there by Zach Basie, and also by Austin Mullins. So a pickup of maybe 1. They're being pretty generous on that, and it'll be second down and 9 to go. We're in the fourth quarter, 11:27 to play. West has the ball. They're in the white uniforms. Portsmouth in the blue shirts. They're going to pitch to Swords, and he gets through and then takes a big leap. He's going to be stopped out there on the side by Austin Hollins making the first hit. Pickup of about 4 or 5. It'll be second down and about 5 to go for the Portsmouth West Senators. When this ball game is over, one of these teams will have won their first game of the season. Out wide to the right-hand side for West goes Bays. They'll give it to Swords, and Swords is going to be met by some hard opposition, and he is still driving. And he has brought down Zach DeLotel is the man. Also in on it was Luke Purdy.
Also in there, Caden Lowry, 4th down.
And so it'll now be 4th down and 4 to go for the Senators, and it looks like they will punt again. Sam Kegley is the designated punter. So they come in and can't quite convert. They get it a few yards into Trojan territory. Dropping back deep for the Trojans is going to be Hollins again. He'll be standing about his 10-yard line. Kegley has put some distance on him tonight, and he has plenty of time, and it's going to be a nice kick. It's going to bounce and pretty much straight up in the air, and will take now a west bounce inside the 10 and be downed over there for the Senators by Jacob Hall. So with 9:41 to go, Portsmouth High School will get the ball back from Portsmouth West. And the Trojans lead by 5, but they're going to have the ball deep in the hole on their own 8-yard line. So we'll see what kind of tricks Coach Aaron Duncan pulls out of his hat. You're watching high school football on the Zone, sent your way by King's Daughters Medical Center, Ohio, by the Wheelersburg Cinema, brought to you by the Salvation Army, and by all the Zone Country locations of the Portsmouth Public Library. Thanks to our sponsors, and thanks to you for being there as well. And Portsmouth's going to call timeout. So with 9:41 to play, Portsmouth up 18-13. Back after this. Lightning comes on again. Welcome back to the Coliseum here at Portsmouth, Ohio. Portsmouth Trojans and Portsmouth West Senators doing battle. We're at the 9:41 mark of the final quarter. Portsmouth leads Portsmouth West 18-13. Our game tonight presented by some fine sponsors. We hope you'll mention the game to them. Barber's Auto Parts, Sideline Pizza on Route 104 north of Lucasville, by the Scioto Trail Animal Clinic. Brought to you by Pro Pest Control and by Georgian Portrait. Stop in and see Stephanie down there on the new location on 2nd Street. So West will come out now. Portsmouth, to your left, has to go a pretty good long ways. Got to go 92 yards. And their tailback is lined up with his feet just outside the end zone. Austin Hollins, left side, gets a couple of blocks. Tackle on the play for West by Josh Davis.
West is Josh Davis.
So a pickup on the play of about 3 or 4 will make it second down, and we'll call it 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6, close to 7.
At the 12-yard line.
But they're at least outside the 10. West's next ball game at Cold Grove. Our next ball game on the zone will be right here at the Coliseum. Wheelersburg will come invading with their 2-0 record. And there's a jump on the left-hand side by Hunter Reed. And they will call it offside against the West defense, and that'll make it second down and short now. That'll kick them back 5.
A second down and 1.
So West penalty of offside will now make it second and 1 for the Trojans. Backs are in a power eye again. Again, the same play that they scored with Hollins a little while ago. Hollins may be short of that. They'll have to measure on this deal. They mark him up to almost the 29, and according to the sticks, he needs to go just ahead of the 28. So they'll probably bring that baby in, and let's see. Nope, they're going to call it. First down, Portsmouth.
First and 10, Portsmouth.
The same play that Hollins scored on. They used that time to pick up the first down. 8:38 to play. Again, the power eye. Wide receiver on either side if you're keeping track. They're going to go to the tailback this time. And that is Hollins, who gets one block, gets away from a man, keeps driving. Excellent work there. He's brought down over there for West, and the tackle by Wesley Robinson. And we're going to have pickup of about 7 or 8, it looks like. Let's mark it about 8. So it'll be second and 2 for the Trojans. Ball outside the 25 now, about the 26-yard line. High school football on the zone is sent your way by Boland's Mini Mart on Route 52. Great food and great gas. Also brought to you by the Krispy Kreme Donut Shop that we can see from our perch here in the press box, Gallia and Waller Streets in Portsmouth. Power eye again, power to the left this time, and this time it's going to go to Richardson. Richardson gets some room, he tries to turn, he's got enough for the first down, but not much more than that. As he's brought down over there, amongst them on the scene was Josh Davis. And it'll be a first down for the Trojans.
Stop for the Senators is Brandon Moore.
And they're also giving credit to the tackle to Brandon Moore for the Senators. So Portsmouth now with their second first down of this drive. They started at 9:41 on their own 8. They've now moved it out to the 28. Popped up a couple of first downs. 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the ball game. And now we've got timeout again, Portsmouth. So there's timeout on the field with 7:10 to play. Portsmouth up 18-13. Back after this.
Wherever good can overcome, that is where your contributions to the Salvation Army go.
Let's see what happens as Portsmouth there, you see receiving some instructions. They've called timeout, and they are now out of timeouts. With 7 minutes and 10 seconds to play, they lead by just 5 points. The situation is this: they began at the 8-yard line. They've moved out 20 now. And it'll be first and 10 for the Trojans. Ball marked ready for play, and Lowry will set back in a pistol formation. He throws, he's got a man down on the right side. It's Purdy, but it's over Purdy's head. He was covered over there by Adam Baker, but the ball was overthrown and wide to the right, out of bounds.
For the Senators.
So now it'll be second down and 10 to go for Portsmouth. That stops the clock with 7:05 to play in this game. Portsmouth would like to advance this ball a little further down the field. If they can't score, they would at least like to make sure that West has to undergo the same thing as the Trojans are, which is having to go a good long ways to try to score. This time we've got Twins out to the left and Trips to the right. Lowry back there all alone again. He's going to go and he's going to toss and he's going to be complete to Austin Hollins on the 42. That's going to be enough for a Trojan first down. So the Trojans again get enough for the first down.
First down, Portsmouth, this time out at the 40.
And now Portsmouth with a lot of territory to their back. Ball just outside their 41-yard line. They've moved it out, and if they can continue to move it, that will put them in a lot better position. The clock is ticking with 6:45 to play. Again, they're going to come up in the power I with the power to the right. Richardson is the up back on the right. They go to the tailback. It's Hollins. Hollins across midfield as he struggles mightily and does a great job stopping him on the play. A good hit there by Chase Leniger for the Senators. Leniger, a 5'8", 860-pound sophomore, did a good job along with a couple of the other Senators. Pickup of 9 as the ball sits right smack dab on the midfield stripe. It'll be second down and a long one or a short two. You take your pick. Ryan Williams way out to the left. Again, the power I. And straight ahead, Lowry's got a hole and gets forward down to about the 46, almost to the 45. It'll be enough for yet another Trojan first down. So the Trojans, starting at 9:41, have now used up 4 minutes of clock time and have gotten the ball into West territory.
Outside the 45-yard line.
So with first and 10, they've got 4 more downs to play with. Again, Williams out to the left, Purdy out to the right. Power eyes again. Lowry will take it. He's going to give to Hollins on the crossbuck again. Hollins is going to be buffaloed down, and a nice job on the tackle there by Josh Davis, who wrapped his waist and threw him to the ground. A pickup of 3 or 4 for Hollins, but Davis stopped a lot more on that as Portsmouth has had some success with that play tonight. Looks like they picked up around 3 yards. And so it'll be second down and 7 to go for the Portsmouth Trojans with exactly 5 minutes remaining in this contest. So again, same setup we saw before. Power the same way. This time Richardson is the tailback. Lowry trying to find some room, not doing too well on that as West is all over things. And in on the play, Job Swords amongst others. Pickup of maybe half a yard, if that much. That'll make it third down, but West is going to call timeout as they want to try to save some clock for them now should they get the ball back. 4 minutes and 34 seconds to go in this ball game. Let's see what happens. It could be great. We'll be right back after this.
My niche, I really think, is pediatrics. I love little kids. I enjoy being around them. It's a very rewarding field to be in. I chose Shawnee. They had a great nursing program. I couldn't ask for a better place to be. From the very beginning, I knew that I wanted to continue my education, so I'm working on my master's degree in nursing informatics. I'm kind of the translator between the worlds of nursing and information technology, and I couldn't have done it without the education and the support from Shawnee State.
They're out trying to stop the Trojans, and they put them in a third down situation. Third and long with 3rd and 7 for Portsmouth High School. 4:34 to play. The Trojans lead by 5. If they don't convert here, they'll probably have to give the ball up to the Senators, who still have 2 timeouts left. Lowry throws. He's got a man wide open. He's going to have enough for the first down. It's Ryan Williams. Ryan Williams picks up a Trojan first down. He's stopped in there for West by Wesley Robinson, but not before he picks up another Trojan first down. So Robinson stops him, but Williams gets the first down. And the Trojans now have come through, and the clock will keep on ticking with 4:20 to play. And West now on their own 32-yard line playing defense. Trojans are liking this power I right now. Richardson's the power back on the right. Hollins in the tailback spot. They're going to give to the back. That's Hollins. He's got a nice hole up through there. Stopped up in there by Wesley Robinson. And a good pickup, as there was a great hole made by the Trojan line there. Across that front line for Portsmouth. Holsinger, Monraga, Ferrara, Goddard, Boehm also playing for Portsmouth is Harrison Bianco. So they're rotating them in and out. They're doing a good job up through there. They're going to go on a cross action the other direction. Hollins takes it outside, gets around one. Going to be knocked out of bounds about the 20 or 21-yard line. Should be enough for a Portsmouth first down, as once again the Trojans have come through in a pinch. Their 6th first down of this drive that began on their own 8-yard line. They have put together a string of plays here that has advanced them now, knocking on West's door. And they've got the clock working for them as they went out of bounds, and 3:16 is what the clock says. Ryan Williams off to the left, Luke Purdy off to the right. Same formation. Richardson is the power back going to the left this time. And again, they're going to Hollins, and he gets tripped up and falls forward for almost back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Let's see where they place it. Pretty much no gain on that play. So that'll be second down. Clock ticking with 2:55 to go in this ball game. And the ball's marked ready for play. There's 16 seconds left and no play coming out for the Trojans. They can't call timeout. They have no timeouts left. So they're going to have to hustle now. Down to 5. They're not set yet. 2-1. They get it off somehow. Richardson cuts outside, got some room. He's going to be stopped down about the 12. Stop on the play by, is that John Barry that was in there? No, that wasn't John Barry. As West's now going to call timeout with 2:23 to go. So the score, Portsmouth 18, West 13. And the tackle on that play was Brandon Moore, by the way. We'll be back with more the final couple of minutes from the Coliseum right after this.
The sun is always shining at Sunspot Tanning Salons. We are your #1 source for that deeper, darker, lasting tan, and not just during summer, all year long. Our high-tech equipment gives you that perfect coloring by offering quality tanning in a clean, cool, and controlled environment for everyone from beginners and beyond. Excellent up-to-date products and various locations with convenient hours. You won't have to wait for the sun to look fine.
Welcome to the Sunspot, where the sun always shines.
Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum. Portsmouth has 3rd down and 2, about the 12-yard line of the Senators. They lead 18-13. And they're going to give it to Hollins. Hollins is going to go up through there and not find much joy at all. And as he is stopped, it's going to make it a 4th down for Portsmouth. And let's see what we've got going here. The clock is stopped for some reason. And I do not know why the clock is stopped. Well, looks like West has called timeout, their final one. So from here on out, it's go get them. 2 minutes and 9 seconds to play. We'll be back right after this.
This is my business. I'm the owner and sole proprietor.
I only have one other employee, Chester.
It's a romantic notion. Be the boss, but you are alone.
Well, not technically alone.
I do have a lot of help, actually.
My UPS store.
I had this printed there. Packing, shipping, help.
Outstanding.
Toasters.
I have a mailbox there.
Best thing, they're right down the street.
The owner's a friend.
I got the account.
My team.
Yes! Careful now.
Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum. West in white, Portsmouth in blue and silver. It's now 4th down and 2 to go. The Trojans have to get down to about the 10-yard line, or West will take over. Lowry has a little trouble. He tosses to his man. It's broken up. Good defensive play over there for West. Nice job on the play that time by Adam Baker. And West will take over on downs with 2:05 to go as Baker breaks it up. But the way it is now the 2:05 to go. The clock will stop on the incompletion. But West has no timeouts. Portsmouth has no timeouts. So with 2:05 to go, West has to advance from their own 12, 88 yards. One touchdown will do it for them. High school football on the zone sent your way by Oakba Greek Restaurant, by Oak Creek Construction, and by Jason Bentley. And getting away and still on his feet and making a big move is Job Swords. And he just changed the complexion of this ball game big time. He was not to be denied as West really came out with authority on that one. And now they are way up in midfield, about the 35-yard line. Douthit rolls, looks, and it's incomplete. So that'll stop the clock in West's favor, about the 42-yard line. Shooting over there for Patrick Bays, but he didn't get it. But that stops the clock with 1:47 to go. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Senators. High school football on the zone sent your way by Bob and Floyd's Tire Service at 12th to Chillicothe Street, by Gaddy's Pizza on 11th Street. Also brought to you tonight by Infinity Home Healthcare. Thanks to our sponsors and thanks to you for being there. Also thanks to Rutland Burnside Realty and All Seasons Heating and Air on the west side. Douthit rolls, looks, got a man downfield. It's caught. Nope, incomplete. Fell out of bounds. Derek Carver caught it, but he was falling out of bounds, so he didn't stay inside. That'll make it 3rd and long for the Senators, but he was definitely open. Trojans were covering, but there was a slot there for the man to get the ball. So with 1:41 to go, West is using the clock wisely. And here they come up. Back deep for the Trojans. Blake Wiedebrook is the safety back there, playing center field. And the ball is loose on the ground. And it comes up into the hands of West, it looks like. It belongs to Austin Kamer. Austin Kamer saves it for the Senators, but now it's 4th and 9, and the clock is running with 1:22 to go. West, a crucial play here. 4th and 9, they're going to send two wide to the right. Douthit rolls, looks, got time, gives that baby a heave to Swords. Swords catches it on the 33. A great snag by Job Swords. A big pass to Job Swords. And that's a West first down, and West is now in Trojan territory on the 32-yard line. 59 and 9/10 seconds to go, and West has really put it on the table. It'll be 1st and 10, West with a lot of room to work now. Swords and Baker going wide to the right. Douthit has lots of time. He's going to try to run it. He's going to be stopped and run out of bounds after a pickup of about 2, but that'll stop the clock. The clock kept running after he went out of bounds, so they'll probably run that baby back a little bit.
Ball's going to be on the 29-yard line, 2nd down. And
so Douthit, looking for the out-of-bounds mark, made it. And the clock continued to tick a little bit after he went out of bounds. And no signal from the officials to wind it back. So West now with second down and about 6. They trail by 5, 33 seconds to go. They're on the Portsmouth 30, and Douthit gets rid of it and will likely get up slow off that one, as they were all over him, and he's a little slow responding, but we have a flag on the play. See what we've got here. They're talking like it's against Portsmouth. No, they're waving off the flag. Waving it off. So Douthit, they gave him credit for the incomplete pass, not going to call him for intentional grounding. So instead of the clock continuing to tick on the sack, it stopped at 29 and 4/10 seconds. So there's still a lot of hope hanging in the balance here for the Senators. They're 3rd and 7 on the Portsmouth 29. Trips left. Douthit is back in the backfield. The snap's a little slow. He is going to be rushed, but he's got room now, and he's going to be tackled out of bounds as he manages once again to get to the sideline, as he is a tenacious guy. He once again leaves West with some time. 22 and 3/10 seconds. As he hits that sideline, he was not to be denied. So it's now 4th down for West. The ball sitting on the 29-yard line. They need to get about 7 yards for the first down. Big time for Portsmouth's defense. Big time for West's offense. West having some problem with the setup, and the ball's on the ground. Douthit will try to get out of the way, toss it downfield, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by the Portsmouth Trojans. As the Trojans put pressure on Douthit, he gets a bad snap, and then he tosses it into the hands of the Trojans.
Portsmouth takes over 1st and 10.
As Portsmouth will take over on the interception on their 18-yard line with 14 and 9/10 seconds to go. And Portsmouth with no timeouts, West with no timeouts, has to run one play in the victory formation. And they will set. Lowry will come up, take his knee. And that should do it. As the clock winds down, Portsmouth will come out victorious in this 2-day game that West had the lead on when we took the break for Lightning. And so Portsmouth and Portsmouth West do battle. And the Portsmouth Trojans will prevail over the Portsmouth West Senators. The final score, Portsmouth 18, Portsmouth West 13. We'll be back with our wrap-up and the presentation of our Player of the Game Awards when we return right after this.
This is my business.
I'm the owner and sole proprietor.
I only have one other employee, Chester.
It's a romantic notion. Be the boss, but you are alone.
Well, not technically alone.
I do have a lot of help, actually.
My UPS store.
I had this printed there. Packing, shipping, help.
Outstanding.
Toasters.
I have a mailbox there.
Best thing, they're right down the street.
The owner's a friend.
I got the account.
My team.
Yes! Careful now.
Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum, where the Portsmouth Trojans have just defended their home turf as they defeat the Portsmouth West Senators. So the final score tonight of Portsmouth 18, Portsmouth West 13. An exciting game right up to the end. You can hear the Trojans clanging the victory bell for the first victory for first-year coach Aaron Duncan. And it was a big night for lots of folks on both sides of the football. Our wrap-up here, let's first of all talk about the Senators in rushing for Portsmouth West. It was Swords, 3 rushes for 82 yards. It was Robinson had 9 rushes for 36. Frazier 6 for 34. and Douthit had 6 rushes for 2 yards. In the receiving department for West, Swords had 3 catches for 5 catches, 3 for 64. And quarterback Brady Douthit, the sophomore, 5 out of 12 for 99 yards. So good news tonight for Portsmouth West. They have generated some offense. They had some good variety in their offense, and they drove the ball right down there to the end, and it was picked off by one of the young Trojans down there, Timmy Hacker, a 5'7" junior, picked it off and spoiled the West drive that had begun, and they managed the clock well. Douthit showed a lot of poise and brought West from all the way down on their own end of the field, and started on their own 12 and really put together a nice drive right at the end that kept things in doubt right up till 14 and 9/10 seconds to go in the ball game when Hacker intercepted Douthit's pass, and that sealed the Trojan victory as the Trojans took a knee, and that was pretty much it. We'll be back with the Trojan stats when we return right after this.
Do for the 7:30, please.
Enjoy the movie. It's a lot cleaner. Yeah, they actually cycle movies faster.
The bassoon looked like a box of chocolates.
Have you seen a really big snake?
I hate snakes.
None shall pass.
Wheelersburg Cinema, still bringing movies to life.
Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum, where Portsmouth has just defeated Portsmouth West in a game that took 2 days to play because we got busted up by lightning last night. And the stats for the Portsmouth Trojans in the rushing department this evening and last night as well. Cole Lowry had 19 rushes for 41 yards. It was 5 rushes for 90 yards for Austin Hollins, 16 rushes for 43 yards for Hollins. And Richardson 6 rushes for 21 yards. In the pass receiving department, Williams had a couple of receptions. Hollins had 5 catches for 90 yards. Altogether, Lowry 9 out of 16 for 124 yards. That's a sophomore quarterback we're looking at there on both sides of the ball tonight, folks. So I think that both of them are to be credited, as Douthit 5 out of 12 for 99, and Lowry 9 out of 16 for 124 yards. So really good out of the 2 sophomore quarterbacks tonight. As we look at things this evening, the Trojans came back after they were down 7-0, and when the ball game started tonight, the Trojans came out, did some scoring, put things together. They had some trouble on their extra points, but they carried the ball several times with extended drives, and that gave them a real good opportunity to eke their way back from a 7-0 deficit to come out on top tonight by the final score of 18-13. We still have to present our Defensive Player of the Game Award and our Player of the Game Award from Toro Loco and Compass Community Health Center, respectively, and we'll be back to do that right after this.
King's Daughters Medical Center, Ohio is here to provide health care that raises the bar with some of the area's best physicians, like orthopedic surgeon Jerry Trinidad, helping patients with hip and knee issues. Our advanced diagnostic equipment and passionate attention to detail allows every possibility to be explored in order to find the best treatments available. King's Daughters Medical Center, Ohio, bringing healthcare expertise to Portsmouth.
Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum, where Portsmouth and Portsmouth West have just tangled, and Portsmouth came out on top by the score of 18-13 in the annual meeting between these two schools that are right across the Scioto River from each other. Good ball games tonight. We could mention, and we did during the course of the game, the work of Job Swords, who had 3 rushes for 82 yards and 3 catches for 64. So he had 146 yards altogether, total yards tonight. Really great for him. We could also mention Omar Carter, who returned a punt for a touchdown a 75-yarder at 1:31 of the second quarter, and that put Portsmouth up on top, 12-7. Omar, the senior, went right down that left side. The run failed, but Portsmouth was on top at that point, 12-7, never to relinquish the lead again. But as we look at things tonight on the defensive side of the ball, and we look at what happened this evening, we're going to present our Defensive Player of the Game award tonight to a West Senator. And that's going to be on the defense there for West. He's number 20, and it's Nick Frazier. Frazier, playing cornerback for West, or safety for West, is in the mix of all sorts of things. He's 5'10", he's 180 pounds, he is a senior, and Nick was in on all kinds of stuff. So on behalf of Toro Loco, we want to present our Defensive Player of the Game award tonight to Nick Frazier of the Portsmouth West Senators. Now on offense, had lots of good choices too. I mentioned it could have been Swords, it could have been Lowry, but if you were paying attention this evening, you heard that Austin Hollins on the evening, 16 carries for 43 yards. Then in the receiving department, he had 90 yards receiving. He was scoring. He was a workhorse tonight, and he also did yeoman service on defense. 136 total yards tonight for Austin Hollins, and he is going to be our Compass Community Health Care Center Player of the Game. So congratulations, Austin, for Portsmouth. Is a 6-foot-tall, 190-pound senior, and so we're going to give our Compass Community Health Center Player of the Game award to Portsmouth High School senior Austin Hollins. Congratulations to him on behalf of the folks at Compass Community Health and Zone TV. So that pretty much does it from here in our wrap-up in a game, as I said, that took 2 days to get finally in. West will come out of an 0-2 record now, which is a hard way to start the season. And they'll head to Cold Grove to take on the Cold Grove Hornets. And that'll be on the road with another OVC school next week as the Senators will try to win one. Meanwhile, the Trojans will host another SOC school as the Wheelersburg Pirates, who raised their record to 2-0 as they defeated the Fairland Dragons last night 42-8. They've had two very impressive outings so far, and Coach Rob Woodward is going to bring his team in against the Portsmouth Trojans and see what they can do here in the Coliseum. It's a long-standing rivalry that always brings good fan turnout and good action for folks to watch, and we'll be right here for you. So that pretty much does it for us here tonight. We'll see West again on October 3rd when they take on the Minford Falcons at The Rock in West Portsmouth. As for us, we'll see you a week from tonight right here from the Coliseum. I want to thank our crew and all of our sponsors as well. King's Daughters Medical Center, Ohio, Real Estate Gallery Incorporated, Special Touch Embroidery, Gaddy's of Portsmouth, Trinidad Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, the Shawnee Animal Clinic, Toro Loco, Compass Community Healthcare Center, Quality Heating and Air, Games Pharmacy on the west side, Weaver's Gas and Oil, the Wheelersburg Cinema, the UPS Store, the Battery Terminal, Staker's Drugs, Coleman Garden Center, Thompson's Petroleum, Sunspot Tanning, Shawnee State University, the West Side IGA, Rutman Burnside Realty, All Seasons Heating and Air, Barber's Auto Parts, Sideline Pizza, the Scioto Trail Animal Clinic, Rallies, Pro Pest Control, the Portsmouth Tennis Club. Don't forget now they have pickleball, so you can get in there. If you're not an aficionado of tennis, you can get in there and pickleball your way to hell. Georgian Portraits in their new location on 2nd Street. Gaddy's Pizza. All the Zone Country locations of Wagner Rental. The Goodwin Group, your ADT dealer. Stoltz Pharmacy. Also Osco Industries, the Ohio Automotive Group. Oakba Greek Restaurant. Smith's Drugs with 3 locations. The Salvation Army. The Portsmouth Public Library. Infinity Home Healthcare. Portsmouth Cinema 8. Bob and Floyd's Tire Service. Jason Bentley and Associates. All About Air. Dan Cassidy and the folks at Barron and Murphy Insurance. Boland's Mini Mart in West Portsmouth, the Krispy Kreme Donut Shop, and King's Daughters Medical Center, Ohio. Thanks to our sponsors. Tell them you heard and saw the game with your very own eyes and ears right here on The Zone. Our final score again tonight, the Portsmouth Trojans 18, the Portsmouth West Senators 13, in a game that took 2 days to play because of lightning. We'll be back a week from tonight right here at the Coliseum. I'm Tony Lavender. Thanks for watching, everyone. So long.